The Sunday school lesson for November 20th, 2022 is entitled Obedience Among Neighbors, based on Leviticus chapter 19, verses 9 through 18, and verses 33 through 37. To the viewers and subscribers, welcome to my channel, The Backstory. I am Audrey. On this channel, you will find out exactly what happened before each Sunday school lesson. The agenda is a standardized one. I will share the backstory, read the lesson text, and offer a brief lesson summary. Please subscribe to this channel at this point. The backstory. Let's begin. Various laws are highlighted in Leviticus chapter 19, verses 1 through 3. The Lord is speaking to Moses, and this is what he said. The Lord said to Moses, "Speak to the entire assembly of Israel and say to them, Be holy because I, the Lord your God, am holy. Each of you must respect your mother and father, and you must observe my Sabbaths. I am the Lord your God." The laws continue. Do not turn to idols or make metal gods for yourselves. I am the Lord your God. Leviticus chapter 19, verse 4. Acceptable fellowship offering guidelines are conveyed in Leviticus chapter 19, verses 5 through 8. When you sacrifice a fellowship offering to the Lord, sacrifice it in such a way that it will be accepted on your behalf. It shall be eaten on the day you sacrifice it or on the next day. Anything left over until the third day must be burned up. If any of it is eaten on the third day, it is impure and will not be accepted. Whoever eats it will be held responsible because they have desecrated what is holy to the Lord. They must be cut off from their people. Obedience among neighbors, Leviticus chapter 19, verses 9 through 18, and verses 33 through 37. Time, 1445 BC. Place, Mount Sinai. Golden text. Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people, but thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I am the Lord. Leviticus chapter 19, verse 18. Verse 9. And when ye reap the harvest of your land, thou shalt not wholly reap the corners of thy field, neither shalt thou gather the gleanings of thy harvest. Verse 10. And thou shalt not glean thy vineyard, neither shalt thou gather every grape of thy vineyard. Thou shalt leave them for the poor and stranger. I am the Lord your God. Verse 11. Ye shall not steal, neither deal falsely, neither lie one to another. Verse 12. And ye shall not swear by my name falsely, neither shalt thou profane the name of thy God. I am the Lord. Verse 13. Thou shalt not defraud thy neighbor, neither rob him. The wages of him that is hired shall not abide with thee all night until the morning. Verse 14. Thou shalt not curse the deaf, nor put a stumbling block before the blind, but shalt fear thy God. I am the Lord. Verse 15. Ye shall do no unrighteousness in judgment. Thou shalt not respect the person of the poor, nor honor the person of the mighty, but in righteousness shalt thou judge thy neighbor. Verse 16. Thou shalt not go up and down as a talebearer among thy people. Neither shalt thou stand against the blood of thy neighbor. I am the Lord. Verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor, and not suffer sin upon him. Verse 18. Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people, but thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I am the Lord. Verse 33. And if a stranger sojourn with thee in your land, ye shall not vex him. Verse 34. But the stranger that dwelleth with you shall be unto you as one born among you, and thou shalt love him as thyself. For ye were strangers in the land of Egypt. I am the Lord your God. Verse 35. Ye shall do no unrighteousness in judgment, in meat yard, in weight, or in measure. Verse 36. Just balances, just weights, a just ephah, and a just hin shall ye have. I am the Lord your God, which brought you out of the land of Egypt. Verse 37. Therefore shall ye observe all my statutes and all my judgments, and do them. I am the Lord. Summary. This section tackles relationships in society. Our obligation to God cannot be separated from our obligation to one another. In ancient Israel, as today, people fell on hard times for various reasons. God called his people to leave some food behind during harvest. Farmers were to leave some food on the stalks and vines so the impoverished would have a means of getting food. God also called the people to honest dealings in a wide variety of exchanges, selling and bartering goods, negotiating property lines, settling conflict at the town gate, and so on. The first has to do with promising more than one can deliver, while the second is a blatant misrepresentation of facts. Both are forbidden for various reasons. To not profane the name of God means more than not using it as a swear word. It also means not using God's name to endorse humans' agendas. God's people must stand out as those who so honor God that we invoke his name only in sincere ways. Workers in the ancient world typically were paid on a daily basis. To withhold a worker's pay all night could literally take food off the table. Israel was also called to respect the dignity of those with disability. God's people are to show respect for God in our work, in our relationships with even the most powerless, and in our worship. Thank you so much for watching. Join me soon for the next backstory.